everybody, this is Isha Snehal once again on Snehology 101 to talk to you about the residency application process, and I have not yet talked about the rest of the application. ठीक है, तो CV तो भाई होता ही है, but there is personal statement, there is MSPE, there are LORs, there are transcripts that you have to put up there. And you know, what is the importance, what is the significance of it, what is the most important thing? You know, whether it's the scores, is it the research that you put in there, is it the personal statement, what is it, man? That mystery is going to get solved today. So my assessment throughout this USME journey was that yes, scores are one of the most important things, but even more important than that was how passionate you were towards the subject that you're applying for. Passion is something that is abstract, right? And everybody talks about it, but nobody really knows what it means and how will you quantify it? How will you quantify it in an application, right? So, dekho, there are some ways to show how passionate you are about internal medicine, how passionate you are about neurology. You know, you mention about the things that you love in all these subjects when you're writing about them in personal statements, right? The other way is to do research very specific to the specialty you're going to apply into. Then the third way to do it is to do more electives in the same specialty and show, yeah, I am interested in this specialty for the long term and this is what I want to do with my life. So when anybody who's hiring you sees all of these things in your application, they kind of subconsciously feel that yes, you will be committed to this specialty and you genuinely want to study this specialty. Very honest, आधे लोग को नहीं पता होता that which subject they want in postgrad, right? I think second year or third year, you're so young and you've not even experienced the clinical rotations that you cannot really decide what you want. The best way really to navigate that is to talk to residents who are doing these medical specialties. So what I did was to actually talk to people who were in these specialties where I was interested in. I was interested in pediatrics too for a while, and then I got interested in neurology. But my conversations really helped me decide. And the other thing I did was to also watch these YouTube videos where they talked about a day in the life of a neurology doctor or a day in the life of a plastic surgeon. You know, there's so many videos on YouTube, and I think our generation is very lucky because of that. You can also try and search things about the disorders that you treat. You know, that will give you an idea what kind of a day-to-day life you might have after residency is over, when you're in the main workspace. So it's a good idea to actually read about it and try to find answers through them. Make a list of pros and cons of the specialties you're interested in and then make a decision. And then from there on, start tailoring your application towards that specialty. And hence, showing passion. Other thing that I want to talk about are the letters of recommendation. I cannot emphasize how important these letters of recommendations are. You see, when you're working for somebody, they will be able to assess you that how good you are as a person, how good you are at work, how sincere you are, whether you're punctual, whether you take care of the job that you do, whether you put in your best effort to do it. And these things are important in the work culture. Anybody who's hiring you in the program will look at these things, and they will be able to assess only from people who have recommended you, from their letter, how personal it is, that all these things are important. So do not ask those people who do not even know you, because they're going to write a very average and a flat letter which will not talk about all these qualities that you have. So you really want to make sure that the person you ask a letter from knows you personally, has really worked with you, and will write about all these work qualities, the good qualities of a physician: compassion, humility, work ethic, sincerity, all of these things, and make sure that the person who's writing a letter for you is not just enumerating your qualities, but actually giving examples at the workplace that made them think that you had these qualities. So all in all, I think this will be the way applications are judged. First, scores. Second, your letters of recommendation from the electives that you gave. Third is the research experience that you have. Fourth, MSPs. And fifth, your personal statement. Maybe you can say MSP and personal statement are very interchangeable, or probably personal statement has a higher ground than MSP. But definitely the rest of them fall in that spot. So you might have heard that applications are first screened, and here's how they're screened. They have a filter for scores, so they have a step 1 and step 2 filter, and they have a filter for the year of graduation being less than 5 years, and they have a filter for any red flags. For example, failing in one of the steps or something. Some programs do not tolerate that and some do. Anyhow, you do get screened, and then you have a few hundreds of applications left, and those are read thoroughly, and people get selected about the amount of passion they show through their application, their letters of recommendation, then also how your social media presence. All these things are also important because any program doesn't really know about you as a person. You are just on paper, and you're just an application until they really get to know you in person. And I think it will be more and more valid for this year because literally you're not meeting them in person. So please be careful of your social media, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, Facebook, because I'm very, very sure that programs are going to look through your feed, and please make sure that you're not callous about it. So that was all that I had to talk about. I'm so sorry that I could not upload more videos this week, but I will not let you down. For the next week, please keep watching Snehology 101 and keep commenting on the YouTube videos. Whatever you want to ask, please reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram ID is Snehology101, and I will be waiting for your comments, questions, and will be really happy to help you. So all the very best for whatever exams are coming up, and bye. And please like, share, and subscribe.